Hello, greetings. Yeah, continued. Campaign against distance mind control. This has been on me since I think a little bit. I realized that Dr. Feroz Ahmed, they have this hold power. They can hypnotize people. Dr. Feroz Ahmed. Okay, I'm not going to speak clearly, or sorry, I have this problem. Who is Elzira? Elzira is Miss Desa's sister, so I will speak about that. Now her husband has died, passed away, and the family information has come online. Online, they killed my vice principal in St. Michael's School when I was doing A levels. They harmed Ernestine Lucas, because Ernestine Lucas pressed me to join, pushed me to join, encouraged me everything she could to join St. Joseph's College. Okay, and so there's some this I've got this terrorists of me bombing London, then in just near to Miss Shafiqa Fikri's birthday, July 13. I can't complete the sentences. So I was worried today. I have slept without food, much eating, just surviving on a little bit bread and butter, things like that. So I have to, no, you see, I slept thinking that if I talk about Alzira, anyways they're going to attack, because they're reading my mind and all this, whether I say safety for Alzira, this or not. ऐसा रुलाया है हमें बदबख्तों ऐसे हैं. So I can't get them because they're scattered and they're bringing people into their groups. They're using ex-Muslims, people to become ex-Muslims and then say things to me on YouTube. Okay, so I can't help Elzira. So this, I was like, why would you go and talk? I was not allowed to talk about Miss Tissa. But I told this friend, like, oh, I'm, making a friend a confidant. When she can cross the line, I was listening to Loy Macedo, friends cross the line also. So she crossed the line. She has asked someone, okay, so you may think this is not dangerous. Saima Peer she may say she's a harmless creature. She hasn't even killed a fly. She hasn't killed a fly. She's a harmless creature. Help for L0 to solve. Now it's come out. And no. Yes. So how stupid can I be? See, if I say it or I don't say it, like they gave Mrs. Ann Nazareth a heart attack, the vice principal of St. Michael's High School. And when Saima Peer started to go to, they're saying, not that I'm deluded, I don't think Miss Shafiqa Fikri has passed away. No matter how much I tell myself. But they took Pan, Ali Tim and Saima Peer. You know Ali Tim, that from Milestones? Ziad Gulzar's band leader. Ziad Gulzar is Mrs. Munira Gulzar's son. So they're going to kill anyways. And I was telling myself before going to sleep today that no. I was very, very gone case, kind of, again, much negativity. Toxins, poisonous, I'll die. I wish I would die, but I don't even die. That's the problem. And I don't know from where they're going to get me here. They're using taxi drivers and everything. Can't even travel with food. Now the doubt has come and I'm scared here. So I wonder if I will be able to go out again or not, because I've had enough from the taxi drivers and going out here. So I'm also scared to, call for grocery. Might not, like they might miss things and they might again give me trouble, like I have to wait and wait. I didn't want to hurt the Arabs or complain against them, but this is in this condition. So on one hand, they're financially giving me some aid, help, and all this. Every year I have to go and renew it, though. But still, it's been many, many years they've kept renewing my thing, financial aid. And this is I feel, how ungrateful can you be? I tried in this, I've warned that look, there'll be an attack against the sheikhs through me. Abuse, I could abuse also, and then they'll say she's abusing and she's this. This is what they did, they said it. They, do you see, I can't expect the sheikhs to understand all this. What will they do with a mad woman? So, I'm not a money-making machine. So I was thinking like the things put on me that I will not work, like very subliminal messages coming from Saima Beer. So Fawzia Kahar saw me, saw my hand and said, what? No, even if you get married, you will, as a wife, you will be working. God knows what they put in my mind that I will, unable to work, I cannot say. But like we don't talk about it, like Saima P used to talk that I want to work and this and prep talks and all this. Too much is not good. It's unhealthy. Like for the moment, I didn't even know if the next day I will go to school or not. How sick I will be with a backache and depression. So in Center for Advanced Studies, like 1987, 86, 87, 88, 2 years of O-levels. So now, so Elzira was Miss Desai's younger sister, and I told Saima Peer about her, that she's in Canada a long time ago. Thank God they didn't give her a heart attack, but we never know. So now I got really, really worried. Because Saima Peer was with me in St. Michael's High School, and Mrs. Ann Nazareth, who knows Miss Desai, who was Miss Desai's old hockey partner in school and all that, maybe college, I don't know. So they killed her. They gave her a heart attack. And then we went to Tariq's place, and then, Tariq is related to Saima Peer, although she denied. She was like, who are you talking about, and this and that, on the emails, Facebook Messenger. So, you know what, they gave Tariq's father a heart attack, and what they did was, no, then Saima Peer, the dress I was wearing, the color I was wearing at Tariq's place, my cousin Ashfaq knows about this. And the video is there, but now it's DVDs, the thing is redundant, gone, the VHS. So I don't know. But Saima Peer sent me a card and a red envelope on a like dark red envelope, but mine was dark pink dress that I wore at Tariq's place, and I met Mrs. Munira Gulzar. Next thing we know is that we're going for Tariq's father's soyam because he passed away, funeral, condolences to his house, like. So Saima Peer sent me this red envelope, dark maroon, saying that Princey, meaning my principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, is a murderer. She played a prank on me, And she sent me a cutout from a newspaper or a magazine. A woman who looked like my principal had a hat on, like a snow, for the snow, winter, black hat, furry hat on. And her hair was all covered. And then I found out there was this elderly woman, a principal's age, nearing principal's age, who was a serial killer or some murderer in Canada. But that's from Saimapir. So I don't know. I don't have the cutout. I gave it to the principal, and I was joking with her husband that, oh, watch out, your wife could turn out to be a murderer. Ooh. So, things like that, right? So Saimapir playing this prank on me. I don't know. I can't find the murderer. I've Google searched for, but I can't find her picture. This elderly lady who looks like my principal, who was a serial killer or a murderer in Canada. 1980, 82, no, oh, what am I saying? 1990, 1991, 1992 in Canada that year, during that year. So from the newspaper, Canadian newspaper, she cut out this face and the news about this lady. I read it, so I can't find that lady murderer. And about angry. So Saimapir also, someone had put in Saimapir's mind that I'm like this before even sending her to when they came to CES, Center for Advanced Studies, from Canada. They came to Karachi, and she joined CES. So I don't know what this is, a gang full of people. And you know, the 3M looks like Mr. Naeem Surwardi. I'm really scared like that. You know, this Indian. And recently, someone was saying that Indians could, in this video, like, what, I can't understand, like, they're going to throw a fit if we say anything against their religion. Like, they're showing that what they're doing to Kashmiris, and they're lying, and they're very, very sharp, nasty people. So this, and I'll be doing the reason religion against religion. No, my religion was the best. I love it. I haven't found a compassionate imam like His Highness Aga Khan, but he was not my imam. And I'm much grateful to His Highness Aga Khan making the hospital and all, so that Miss Disa could join. At that time, Karachi American School was giving us a problem, Miss Disa and I. So Miss Disa, who was a very principalized lady and who would never lie, never hide things, never lie things, never lie or anything. Okay, my English, कोई उर्दू तो नहीं आ गया है? अच्छा, आप उर्दू वाले हैं, माइंड कंट्रोल है ना, तो ज़्यादातर वो उर्दू पे माइंड जा रहा है मेरा. My mind is more often going on the Urdu language. So I was having difficulty reading also English, like, why am I making these mistakes? Like, Baba, Urdu psychic. अच्छा, अब तुम लोगों के साथ भी हम deal करेंगे. So this also I want to mention that the person doesn't know as much as I know English, and I was having difficulty reading when they had heavily controlled my mind. So a lot of stress, and I was making mistakes and, becoming slow. Saimapir had become slow, right? She was comparing herself to me and in a trance and all this. And, taking notes in the class, Center for Advanced Studies. So her parents took me, so I had to go along with them. And this woman, she looked at me very in a eerie. It was very strange way the woman looked at me. Like this woman, she sits in a brick room they've given in her house, and she has that hall, and jinn or something comes to her, and she's psychic, so she can help people like their own Sunni Muslims. Right? They took me to Saima Peer, and both her parents, like, of course, her mother could not drive, and she could not drive in Karachi. She was underage at that time, even for St. Michael's, in St. Michael's School, A levels, first year when we joined, or was it the holiday period? We were waiting for our results, O level results. They took me to this lady and all this. And I'm very, very scared. Siri M looks like Mr. Naim Surwardi, and Mr. Naim Surwardi used to make fun of me in CAS. Like, so are they trying to? Then he asked me about where was Imam Hussein's head at Saima Peer's sister's wedding. Marriott Hotel, Crystal Ball. He had come himself alone without his wife. And so this time he was very nice with me, and in fact he insulted Saima Peer. That what is this thing Saima Peer has done with her hair? Like that, right? But I don't know, like, could they be in the making, because some strange, uncanny way of reading minds, and the woman can see everything inside. There's a Wali Allah in Pakistan. My aunts found out, and he said he drew a whole this thing that here is the room here of me. He was telling my aunt, and Babu, my father's room, right? Nickname, my father's nickname. Babu ka room. Babu's living downstairs here. He made our house and was looking in. They can read minds and all this. So I think this, making of Shias, we are gone, finished. If just imagine if Sunni Imam Mahdi has to come. We will be gone, kids. The shirk. But if you look at don't get this thing, and the Arabs and all, this guy, Muhammad Rafiq, was saying on these ex-Muslims live stream. He comes there and he's from Sharjah. He's a Pakistani, he lives in Sharjah, he's from Sharjah. Like Uzma Hamid. They sent Uzma Hamid from Sharjah to Karachi American School. That's when more trouble started. So I had to take it on me. They put it on me that she was when she was going to see a boy in, where is it? There also, Saima Peer had moved with her parents to this house in Hassan Square. All of a sudden, I've come to school, find out that Uzma Hamid is in trouble with Dr. Webster. The guidance counselor has found out. Also, the authorities have now found out against her. First it was her, then it was me against this thing, Miss Disa. Or maybe first it was me, but they were planning to, setting all these things up to see. So if Karachi American School will be sold to them or not, against me. So Sharjah, yes. So there in Karachi American School, they used this Pakistani girl, Uzma Hamid, who came to Karachi American School in high school. And she got me into trouble. Like, she told me that, as a friend, I have to take the blame that I took her to the men. So since childhood, this has been happening. My mother's cousin also putting blames on us that I took her to the men. I don't know what this is on me. Since childhood, this. So people, these Pakistan. Oh my God! If so, they're saying like, don't say anything to for Islam, our brothers. Like this guy was talking, and Amina Sardar has made a mistake there. I don't know whether did she mean if like I don't know. Muhammad is there, but it's written like Muhammadin. Now, whether that's a way Arabic, I don't know that. So I confess, this much Arabic I don't know. That whether Muhammad is called in a very lovable way, like my friend used to call me, Palestinian friend in London, Zahrati, Zahrati, like that, right? So in a lovable, affectionate way, Muhammadin. I'm not sure. I have read my multilingual Quran, but I can't find it there. Why has God put Muhammadin there instead of Muhammad only? Whether he used this for affectionately calling Muhammad or not, I don't know. So the Muslims feel they are under attack, yes. Even a Hindu Sindhi was saying, a gentleman on YouTube, that, they're, I don't know what it is, they're attacking Muslims. Oh, sorry, Hindus. What am I saying again? Attacking, converting Hindus, Sindhi Hindus, even on a mass scale. A lot of money has gone into this by the Christians to convert the Hindu Sindhis into Christianity. Sorry, I'm very slow trying to read my mind. Oh, but before I could read my mind, the reader has read my mind. He's like, God. So please be very careful. ये दुश्मन पता नहीं, they are very very cunning. Already my father used to say that. So cunning are the Muslims of Pakistan, people of Pakistan. खा पी के ख़त्म कर दिया है पाकिस्तान को, लूट मार के अपनी माँ कंट्री लैंड चाहते नहीं हैं. They don't know. It's just very selfish people, just for themselves. Motherland ko they've raped and greenery ka, natural resources. So my father खा पी के ख़त्म लूट मार किया है पाकिस्तान को. यही पाकिस्तानी मुसलमान सुन्नी. So what is the solution, I was asking. So he said the solution is that they should become Shias. They should hold on to Ahlul Bayt. But you see this kind of Sunni, if they hold on to, like Rasulullah has said, right? So if they hold on to two things fastly in his last message, this is from the Shia sources. But they call us Shias. They call Qaid-e-Azam. Qaid-e-Azam, poor guy, he had to change his religion. So, शिर्क पे तो इतना फियर है, करवा दिया है. अपने बुक्स नहीं पढ़ते हैं. और ये मोहम्मद रफ़ीक, अभी मोहम्मद रफ़ीक, it's not Muhammad Rafi. He's talking about the impact that the true ex-Muslims may be having on the society. Muslims, Indians want to live, Baba. You know what the impact, the terrible impact we are having. We are destroying the very fabric of the community and all this. But like Jiddu Krishnamurti, so you see, I will be killed if I do this. If I leave Islam, apostasy. Out of fear, I know what happened. I can't take Islam anymore, and people telling me to go to the mosque and pray. Like this lady here was telling me, let's go and pray. I was like, where? She said, I go to the mosque. So there's a ladies' side near where I live, right, in the mosque. So I was like, no, I'm not well. I've got a headache right now or something like this. so I was talking to a neighbor, old neighbor here in Dubai. So, during the Ramadan time, they also, it was nice of her to invite me to her mosque and all this, but I cannot. I politely said, sorry, I cannot go. I'm not feeling well. So this way they're having this thing, like they're, we should go and pray. We should do hijab, and we should do these kind of things, which is very, very suffocating. I did hijab for many years, but my head was hurting. I cannot handle the hijab every time. I go out alone in taxis, and I can't even wear my the Arabic thing, right? I have to. It's like short, wear it short or something. But I really cannot do this all the time. So my mother gave me a lot of freedom, and I don't think that if you wear, like my grandmother used to wear, that you are any better than. But I'm not. No. It doesn't have to do with hijab. It has to do with the person you are or something. If you are a psychopath, then anyone can be a psychopath. Like Lower Macedo was talking about his father. He could be his stepfather. Sorry, psychopath. So he's a Christian. His name is actually Christian. He gave his stepfather's name. So anyone can be a psychopath. So it's very, very sad. So anyways, for this I did not leave my religion. I'm just saying that, yeah, but when Khomeini came, it was like, the good women wear hijab, and the good women are like pearls protected in a shell. And sorry, since childhood, so it was very difficult for me to wear hijab. Even though, I'm the fear of having snakes in your hair, grave punishments for not doing hijab. Then the fear of burning in hell is there. So I'm very fearful. Okay, so what was I saying here? I have to complete it or not? Not, can't say properly. They've got the reading. So, no, please, my privacy, my thoughts. Let me start with the mantra. Maybe it will help me a little bit. Medicines, psychiatric medicines don't help. So they're using all these atheists now, ex-Muslim atheists, that against me. Haris Sultan, they tried to use Gulzar Elia. Then they said, okay, we will. Then Gulzar Elia apologized and cried and all this. And they tried to use, I think that this one, I don't know who, they've got lots of money to do this. What's his name? Ghalib Kamal. And they're telling me not to comment there and all this, not to join because, you flip, and I do flip, right, against anyone. And in this fragile condition also, like a Pakistani coming online, I didn't know he was an ex-Christian. I didn't know he was a Christian. He used to be a Christian or anything. So, I don't know. So now, Haris Sultan is with Ghalib Kamal. And they've all taken over each other. They're in groups against me. I can't trust. Like I'm leaving I'm leaving the Hindu gurus also, because they will. I know they're going to bring Ghazwa in Hind, but it's going to be very sophisticated manner, like the Western. They say that sophisticatedly is doing anti-Islamic things for against Islam. That's how the Muslim world, Sunni Muslim world. Shias, remember, don't, okay, you may unite, but not unite in this sense that you unite. I don't know, some Shias are also not good. So I've, been in Shia's bad books now. But so Shias and Sunnis will unite against me. I apostate, they will behead me. But remember the day that Sunni Imam Mahdi they making of Sunni Imam Mahdi, not the Caliph. It's in Sahih Bukhari, is it that Imam Mahdi will come, who will be from the family of Prophet Muhammad or something? Fatima Zahra, I am not sure. Because he can only be from the family of Fatima Zahra. How can he be? Because Prophet Muhammad didn't have a surviving child except Fatima Zahra. So the Sunnis are in trouble. But they will surely try to make... Sunnis are never in trouble in this way. But through knowledge and through... If they come properly, you see, you can't talk to them. I did try to talk to Saima Peer and all this about my religion. Please leave me alone. So she had the upper hand because, you know, in the Quran, face value they take and then they blame the Shias for being disbelievers and policies and all this. Anyways, before I forget, I think the Sunni Muslims could be bringing Ghazwa-e-Hind in India and around the world is against the Western people, atheists and all this, and me too, me here, who is trying to just help. So trying to find a solution for human beings, because when I read Jiddu Krishnamurti and I was struggling a lot in my religion. I'm not talking about others. There could be religious alims have lived life, dignified, sober, and all this. Like in CS, one lady came in, a student came younger than me, and said that I look like a Shia. You see, then I look like a Shia, and then Saima Peer type Sunnis will say that I'm proud Muslims. You see, sober and dignified. Being proud is putting other people down and thinking too much of yourself and all this. I never thought too much of myself. So you are unique in your own way. And I would not disdainfully look down on people, but we had to look down on, we didn't like the oppressed. Sorry, yes, this I confess. So what is right, what is wrong is wrong. And the one who killed the grandson of Prophet Muhammad will be cursed for the rest, go to hellfire. And now Imam Mahdi will come and again bring these people up, if the Shia Imam Mahdi ever comes. But if the Sunni Imam Mahdi comes, is it written like this, that Imam Mahdi? No, it's not written Imam, it's written a Mahdi will come, maybe in Sahih Bukhari. So, sorry, you can Google search and check. So, anyways, you Shias will be gone with the ISIS and Al-Qaeda and all that. And in Pakistan, you are gone, cases, we Shias, widows and all this. So, here I went to 3M's talk and everything. The taxi driver from out of the blues turned out to be very, very caring for a Shia. Oh my God, I was like, what is going on? Now all of a sudden, a taxi driver turns out to be a Shia and is concerned, is telling me about Suleiman, was an Iranian that they killed, assassinated, coming out of 3M's talk from the hotel auditorium. Yoga on some well-being or any Hindu talk, they won't allow this. So the moment I was crying and coming out, "Acha, aap kyun ro rahi ho?" And all this, the taxi driver started to question me, and then from the naked pictures of women, really he dropped two women to this hotel and everything. It changed to Suleiman the picture on his mobile. Then it's like showing it, like, keeping the mobile like this here, so that I could see the and he told me that he. So no, really, I thought that on his mobile I saw some bad thing of a woman, like bear bombs and all. I'm not sure. Like, I had this, and the picture kind of went to then on his profile, mobile profile. See, I can't even say the words properly. Like Suleiman, the one they assassinated, and then it was like, why are you crying and all that? And yes, he reconfirmed. So I had this heart that no, maybe I can appeal to Arabs might help me, my sheikhs, your leaders, His Highness Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi might help if I appeal, because he was telling me that no one cares about those Shias. Where are they now? I've forgotten the name where they are in Pakistan. Government doesn't care, they're killing the Shias. Nawaz Sharif's government didn't care. No one's government cared for Shias being killed in that part of Pakistan. I've forgotten the name. Not Hazara, another name he took, I can't, somewhere in Pakistan. So it was so sad. I felt that he was sent later on in retrospect. So you see, here you cannot get away, perhaps, even Shias, because there's so much of those cards and people. And our Muslims, they don't have another way. Either they get married, but when they come here, so that's a defense thing for the Muslims here. They are frustrated, and they want women or something. Our Prophet was very, very over. The more they say you have the spiritual thing, the more sexual desire you have, power, but you can't control. So you have to get married. Why shouldn't? But as much as the sexual power may be, you should have the way to control it. If you have the power for so much sexual power, like 10 women, you can marry and have sex with. So, but we are told that, the men, it is unhealthy for them to stop. So they have to go for it. Takatak. Sorry to use this vulgar word. So do you see, I wouldn't blame these taxi drivers, even Shias, who come and want to, the cards all over, riots of cards on the ground. And they can't control. They're asked to go get married. Like, if you have a fear, so marry these women. Surah Nisa, I think. Forgotten the number of Surah Nisa. So here there's a lot of entertainment. But Qasem Soleimani, right? Iranian assassination. So he talked about that, and he talked about, he was himself a Pakistani Shia. So I felt like there was some setup, like my uncle, someone, or they're sending these taxi drivers to kind of covertly discourage me from becoming Hindu or going into yoga, meditation, or anything. Like, I'm not going to become a Hindu because I don't believe in rituals. Sorry. I'm into the Moji Baba thing. I go sometimes to Paramahamsa Vishwananda. I contribute and all this. I appreciate that they're singing for Radha Rani, but I don't believe that Radha Rani or love had any power. Because I was listening to The Power of Love, and my grandaunt died of cancer. So I stopped listening to the song afterwards. So yes, I listened to some American songs and all this. We used to go to parties with cousins. Later on, when I separated from Mr. Sa, my Shia therapist also encouraged me to go to parties, these dance parties. Not the get-togethers, gatherings, but also like the dance parties with my cousins and anyone. I would just go to the dance party. You need to get out and enjoy your life at times. So although it was unhealthy enjoyment, like going to parties, but she said if that's what it is, you should go. Okay, so I got carried away in this talk. The point is also that what fabric of Islam are we, Muslims are we hilafying, breaking and all this. Yes, it's very shocking and all this, but is it the Hindus' fault or the Christians' fault on YouTube? I just read, when I read Sahih Bukhari, and because I had to recheck what Tejani had written in his books, then I was guided, and the other books that I read of his. So are we the ones who are damaging the fabric of communal living peacefully? Or if I say anything here, the law came out that if I say anything against any religion, I'm discriminating, and I should. Even my own religion. We couldn't dream of saying anything. We were very, very scared. I thought my aunt said that we can do research, but no. In the Jafri sect, we've been very naive. Then I asked my cousin, what are Shias in Oman, like, can we leave our religion? He said, no, in Oman also you'll be executed if you leave your religion. Like as a Shia, I think he said that I'll be executed. I'll be killed. Doesn't matter if you're a Shia or whatever. So I realized my religion had something missing, and it wasn't anymore the thing. I've always been, since separation with Mr. Sa, and trying to, getting the Quran at least to, I thought it was a sky book, come from God, like whatever high point, Ali, Muta'ali may be the higher realm of spirituality. So it was very difficult to get the Quran ayats. Some say they can't even understand what is written. So I was just reading, and it was in my teens in London. It was or I don't know when, but in my teens, later teens, I finished the Quran in Ramadan. But I couldn't understand some of it, but I was reading it like in awestruck that it is the word of God. You see, I can't understand the Quran, it's very difficult. So I thought maybe reading it in context would help later on in retrospect. So what was I saying? I've lost the point here. They're going to, taqiyya. And so where have we disturbed the fabric? Because we could be killed. There's something missing in the religion. I see the people, the hypocrites. I see myself failing, grasping this religion and grasping. So I had to question. And here maybe the Indian Hindus are not converted and all this. Let's live in brotherhood. No. That's not. Are you in some... no, His Highness Agha Khan, leave him alone, because there's a Islami YouTube channel that is now saying things against His Highness Agha Khan. So decide which Islam you want. So you are not disturbing the fabric of those Muslims who are doing this, and when they are saying against Shias, kafir hai and polytheists and they've been spreading rumors against Shias. I know the gand in your hearts for the Shias, the dirt in your heart, the hatred. You haven't been disturbing. You haven't been killing the Shias or getting them killed by your ideology. And then pointing fingers at America. America is a superpower without any spiritual discipline. There are good people in America. There are spiritually disciplined people around the world in India. They don't harm and hurt people. You haven't done this. And betrayed. You know what it is to be in Islam? Let's take the Islamic things to have to believe in the wrong imam. It is being zalimun. Allah has told Ibrahim, my covenant does not reach the zalimun. If a sheikh here, I'm not supposed to even give bet to, as a Shia, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Saeed al-Nahyan, because I'm a Shia. If I find there's a controversy here, you see, and if because he has a lot of money and all this, there's a controversy. If let's say or forget his personal inheritance and all this. Let's take what goes on with the laborers in Abu Dhabi. I'm supposed to appeal to His Highness, that please, if see, that's it's their land. They have they've ruled or led. They've been leaders. Arab. It is none of my business. But I cannot give bet. You can't ask me as a Sunni Muslim to give bet to your Muslim leader. Any Muslim leader you can take, whether you can pray behind any azan, or what do you call it, the prayer caller. But we can't. We have to see that his character is good and this and that. Otherwise, someone's character in defense, Imam Barga, his azan was so good. I used to admire it. Oh my God! Then later on, when this person from defense Imam Barga, Shia, Maulvi Saab came to teach my youngest brother to read Quran and all this in Arabic. I was talking to him. I said, you know that azan caller is no more there. He was really good. He said, yeah, because of bad conduct, he was asked to leave. He had a bad conduct. So you see, we cannot pray even or ask. We have to see that the conduct is good and all this, and the person is pious. Whoever is leading us for the azan, a prayer call, and leading the prayer in the mosque, in our Shia mosques. So this is there, and in Sunnis it is not there. Not that I have heard of. You have to. Sunnis say that any Muslim leader can be. You have to follow authority. They take the Quran verse on Allah, obeying Allah, Prophet Muhammad, and the ones who have authority from among yourselves. And then from the Sahi resources and all this. So any Tom, Dick and Harry can be. A Muslim can be a leader, and he can be like Yazid. And we don't say bad. He can instigate a war, like in the Battle of Jamal, Aisha and her people did against Imam Ali. And we are like, forget, that's the God knows what the Sunni thing is. It is really, really ridiculous. For us, we take the Quran verse that Abraham, he says, from my progeny, Imams. So Allah says, Abraham, my covenant does not reach the Zalimun. So any kind of worldly enjoyment, entertainment, if even the sheikhs are enjoying, they can enjoy, but we cannot to give birth to them. Even if I'm a UAE Emirati, which I am, I will not give birth to the sheikhs. It is haram, it is shirk. This the Sunnis don't see is shirk for us. To follow a taghut, even though he may call himself a Muslim, but he's doing zulm on people and his own nafs. He's doing zulm on his own self, going after lower self things and all this we cannot give birth to. Money, living in a palace. But we are told that Hazrat Suleiman, but that's okay, you Sunni Muslims can do this, but we're not coming after you. You can live a very luxurious life, give charity, and zakat is there for the Sunnis. But we cannot follow your leaders in authority. In our Quran, in the Quran. So this thing I shared, I was very, very scared that the Christians or any one who is ex-Muslim an ex-Muslim, a Muslim who reverts to becomes an ex-Muslim again, was saying that there are different Qurans and all this. The Shias, they've been attacking. Shias have false Quran, Shias have their own Quran, Shias have a different Quran, they're hiding, they're doing taqiyya, they don't tell us. Who has destroyed the fabric of what? So the Sunni Muslims who have, like in Bahrain, the sheikhs, amirs in Qatar, they can go on living their lives. We are no one to say anything to them, the Shias. We will not go after them, killing them, that you are doing shirk. You will be, you don't even know the Imam of your time, and you will be gharq according to your own hadiths. You will die a idol worship, pagan Arab death of ignorance. What does that mean? Meaning all your prayers, everything, they go khatam. So that's why I have to take this Shia. Now if I go back to the Shia, then I will be scared for these Sunnis concerned. That look, you're telling us that we are shirking, we are polytheists, we are practicing polytheism, bid'ah, innovation, and all this. What are you doing? I'll have to tell them. Because I'm not going to be a Sunni Muslim, no way. The ridiculous hadiths, this prophet cannot be ours. You read your hadiths, do research before, or don't bring your mufti to us, Shias, like that. Read your own hadiths, we do the same thing. We are asked, we are encouraged not to follow our religion blindly, not to follow on the ulamas also. They may be pious as ever, but we have to do our research. Do it overall in a good way, read everything, and then decide for yourselves. Don't push people to decide, convincing them, influencing them, scaring them, using taqiyya, dissimulation and all this. Whose fabric have you and Prophet Muhammad ruined? He didn't bring the pagan Arabs were practicing their religion, whatever it was, and the Jews were practicing their religion, and the Christians were practicing their religion in peace. So here we have a problem, you see, because the Muslims themselves are in disagreement and conflict. And who has destroyed whose fabric, foundation and all? It is okay to worship an idol. Who said this? Prophet Muhammad said that it is not okay. That's why. Have you gone deep into contemplation? Consider Lat, Manat, and Uzza. These gods, you consider them. How do you worship them? How do the Hindus worship them? How did the pagan Arabs worship them? They're wiped out now since a long time, 1400 years. So tell us then, whose fabric are you? You have ruined, distorting your own Quran and blaming the Shias. You read it through your interpretation and you want the Shias to come to your mufti. But you won't listen to our Shia religious scholar. You will kill him or get him killed indirectly. Like Saddam Hussein did, Ba'athist Party, Sayyid Mohsen al-Hakim in Africa. The Saddam's Ba'athist Party got martyred. The Shia ulama was. I met in Dubai and gave bet to him on his hand. This means that I've given bet to Imam Hassan because he's from the Aulad of Imam Hassan, and then we say that this is the progeny and Imam Mahdi will be coming. So it means I'm giving bet to Imam Mahdi. I've already given bet to Imam Mahdi. I cannot give bet to any Muslim leader. Bahrain mein ho, Emirati ho, he could be Bahraini Muslim leader, he could be Saudi Muslim leader, or he could be here in the Emirates Muslim leader. Okay, so think about who has done what. You can't force people, impose your religion on us, and the ridiculous things in your hadiths. You can't expect us to follow the prophet you follow. Throwing as a robe on a woman to choose her, and this nonsense, and fondling with the child, so that thing I've shared. I reserved my comment there. Actually, we are told that anything against the Quran ayats, if the Quran says that Prophet is not, whether it is a Sahih, in the Sunni hadith, whether it is good, Hasanat, Sahih, or good hadith, Hasanat hadith, we cannot believe in it. We have to reject it because it doesn't go with the Quran. And so I don't believe in that video where even a fellow ex-Muslim who was first a Sunni Muslim, maybe he was a Christian, then he became a Muslim, and then now he's become an ex-Muslim again. So if they say that Prophet Muhammad went against the Quranic injunctions or commands, where they give the hadith from the Sunni, their own sources, Sunni sources, or any Sunni source. So it's a Sahih hadith or it's a Hasanat hadith from the Sunni sources that Prophet Muhammad fondled or had sex with Aisha who was while menstruating, or even Salma. Now, Salma, the Shias believe, was a very grand lady, very pious lady, al-Mu'mineen of the Mu'mins, Rasulullah's wife. She was one of the good ones. It's written for her in Sahih Bukhari or Sahih Muslim, or both, or all, I don't know, or one of them, that Salma, you are good, you have a good end, or you are good. But under the not Yamani Kissa, but that Hadithic Kissa thing where the Gabriel came and this is written about the Panjatan Pak, like who are thoroughly purified with a thorough purification, and why the Shia say the wives are not, even though it is mentioned in the wives' verse, Prophet Muhammad's wife's verse. It changes, like we thoroughly purify you with a thorough purification, and the singular and the feminine, and so there's only one feminine there in that ayat, meaning how they have interpreted and all this, the Shias. And how it should be interpreted, the Arabic form, how it should be taken. Not that how the Shias have interpreted, how the Shias have shown that the ayat should be taken. I go for the Shia reasoning and all this. So that's why the Shias say that all the wives are not taken in this verse of thoroughly purify you with a thorough purification. It's in Surah Ahzab ayat. And so I found in Sunni hadiths, and right now I can't give you the numbers and all this. I was reading a lot, checking that where. So I found this, that Rasulullah only in the house of this, in the house of that, he takes his grandson Hassan Hussein, and his daughter is there Fatima, and Ali is son-in-law cousin son-in-law is there. So he said, there's a verse that thoroughly purify you is for them only. You and them, like thoroughly purify you. Prophet Muhammad, Jibrail comes. And so the only lady, when he was in Salma's house, she said, "Oh Prophet, can I not enter?" He said, "No," something like, he said, "No, you are good, or you have a good end," something like this. But you are not, like, these are the thoroughly purified with a thorough purification. The verse turns, like it says, mentions the wives of the Prophet, and then it says, and Ahl al-Bayt, you want to thoroughly purify you with a thorough purification. So this here, the verse doesn't mean for all the wives, and the Shias have done great research, and they've explained why, and only one feminine, so in plural, and the whole grammatical thing, Arabic, they've explained, and how God has. So we have to do research like this. Whose fabric, what? I cannot take a false leader, even though he's a Muslim, because no, Yazid and Ibn Ziyad and Muawiyah against Imam Ali. Abu Sufyan, we were told, they say Abu Talib, Imam Ali's father, was not a Muslim, did not recite the Shahada. We say that Abu Sufyan did not embrace Islam with sincerely, with a sincere heart. So they can follow from the caliphs. They're following the Umayyad caliphs. We can follow the Umayyad caliphs, the Shias. And then about the Shias also, I have to speak about against the Shia Islam. Okay, and I have to bring this. I'm not into this political money funding and all this against Hindus. And the Hindus may throw a fit at me. I would say that I will never do the rituals and all this. I'm not into the rituals. So the thing is that, you see all these things, considering all these things, I'm not going to become you cannot, no matter how much I hope, I pray that I am brave enough that not even the UAE can, if the whole GCC gets together to harass me and exasperate me, I should not be scared. I should have the courage to speak the truth that I have seen now, that I cannot. I do, my heart goes to this religion, back to Imam Hussain actually, but not this religion, no. When I look at the Quran ayats, I see discrepancies and all. And when I go into the Sunni hadiths, as much as I would like to be a Sunni, because I loved to see that. You know how the Sunnis, they pray 5 times a day, and I saw the principal praying 5 times a day. I don't know how they have time to get out of the house and all this. Like first Fajr. No, Fajr we all have to pray on time. We can do it later on if we miss, but we have to do it later on. It's called Qaza. And so I liked it. I liked the Sunni namaz. And like I was saying, what is this? Oh, so the timings and Asr, Maghrib, and so they told me no. The Quran ayat, look how it is written and all this. The Sunni thing is wrong. The Maghrib starts earlier for the Sunnis, right? And it is wrong. They even open their fast early, which is wrong. So the Shias have done a great research on this. Nature also, the time for opening the fast. Sunnis are wrong. And so their fast is broken. So we try to tell them, why don't you? Oh, no, at our own life's cost. Some might be crazy, want to, not crazy, like, these malignant people, like, or having this malicious treachery in their hearts against psychopaths. There are psychopaths who use Islam as their security. And they want to be so, like closing their wives indoors. You remain indoors. You don't look at, who are you looking at? What a nonsense. It makes a person go psychopath like this. Also makes a person go feel guilty. Oh God. You see the principal wearing a sari. Although so if her husband, she was now 60, 70 years old. So her husband allowed her. But if even a Sunni, her own Sunni saw, now we have these really strict ones. The poor lady, if you see Hamdard, the picture of hers, like I also became, if she meets let's say her Sunni, forget the Shia Sayyid or someone, she's wearing a head cover, dupatta on her head. This is crazy stuff, really. So, बिचारी को अल्लाह, शायद मैंने भी ना, like I also went crazy in doing hijab and all this. This woman was, Bastakis are very free. They were at one time very distinct. Bastakis are very forward, progressive moving people. Sunnis. I don't know why. So they looked at the Shias and they, over there when the Shia leader was killing them, massacring them, they turned against all this. But Shias, but they are, in fact, in Pakistan, I didn't see a Bastaki say anything against Shias. I don't know whether we subdued them so badly in Iran. Our Shia leader that Allah bichare bahut darte hain. They just want to be progressive and all this. So my principal was like this, Sunni Bastaki. She said that this religion is male-oriented religion. It's for the men, this religion, not for the women. Because see, her father's inheritance problem. So her father had only one son who passed away, and then the cousin wanted, the nephew wanted the inheritance. All of it should go to him. Why should it go to the daughters, even the unmarried daughters? It shouldn't go to. It should go to him. So this inheritance problem is there. Anyways, I would have been a Sunni if I had seen that. I would have embraced that because of my principles, how the Bastakis have taken the Shia killings against them in Iran long, long time ago. But never ever been like, I never heard any rumors they spread or malicious rumors against Shias. Amazing, amazing. Salutations to the Bastaki Sunni Muslims. Okay, I'll end here. My health doesn't allow me to go for further. Thank you.